Welcome back to the channel. I am so happy you guys are here. If you're here for the first time, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also click the bell icon so you can get the most updated and current information that I'm putting out. Doing an awesome video. I don't do a lot of lists, or I have not in previous times on this channel. So I wanted to kind of incorporate that for the people who like that type of content. We're going to be going over my top 5 fragrances that I reached for the most in 2019. Some of them I went through a complete bottle. To me, that's a milestone for the amount of fragrances that I own. So it's got to be a really solid fragrance if I'm going through an entire bottle in 1 year. But I want you guys to stay tuned for the entire video so you can see every fragrance that we're going to go over. But as always, guys, please keep it locked. Going into my first, now these aren't ranked real quick. They're not ranked in any order. They're not ranked in best to worst. But going into my first that I have worn the mess out of is Alexandra Fragrance's Zion. I have absolutely killed bottle after bottle. In 2019, I went through more than 60 ml of this fragrance, which is ridiculous because I have so many bottles, and I just found myself in some weeks, in some days, consistently reaching for this fragrance, whether it was hot, whether it was cold. This fragrance is extremely versatile. If you haven't checked out my Alexandra fragrance video, was my top 5 Alexandra fragrances, I will link it up here. Make sure when this video is over, you go stop by and check that one out. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy that video and that type of content. But this one right here, guys, if you have not smelled it, or you haven't smelled, as I've said before, what this one is inspired by, which is Roja Dove's Elysium, I would encourage you to get you a sample of the original, get you a sample of this one, compare them yourself, see what you think. I do think this one outperforms the original. I have never, ever heard someone tell me they don't like this fragrance. Most people are like, oh my God, what is that? This is why it's made the list. This is why I reach for it so much. But my first one, Alexandra Fragrance's Zion. My second fragrance that we're going over is a company that I had reached out to when I first initially started my YouTube channel. I think I was less than 100 subscribers when I actually did this review. It's an older review, I think my 3rd or 4th, 5th video, something like that. But it's a company by the name of Guy Fawkes and their fragrance, which is Jefe. I got about half or less than half left. Honestly, I had to kind of keep myself from reaching for this so much because there were some days I was like, man, I wore that yesterday and I want to wear it again. And I was like, I can't. It's such an amazing fragrance. You've got beautiful citrus. It's kind of aquatic, an overall very versatile fragrance. I live by the beach, so it definitely sides very well with the environment that I live in. But it can be a signature office scent, like a signature office scent if it's something that you want to just be known for in the office. This is something that you can wear. It's not offensive at all. It's very fresh, very clean. Again, you got bits of citrus. You've got also like some bay leaves in it. You've got some little sea notes, which makes it quite aquatic. So if that's something that you look for in a fragrance like myself, I look for something when I'm looking for a beautiful summertime fragrance, citrus plus aquatic. That is, to me, that's a mind-blowing combination. I mean, that is a beautiful fragrance, in my opinion, just with that concept. Citrus and aquatic notes, when they combine, functions extremely well in the hot times, but it also functions very well when it's cooler as well. Obviously, with it being a citrus, heavy fragrance, a kind of aquatic note, probably sides, in my opinion, for the atmosphere and everything here, better in the summertime, but you can rock it year-round if you want. But I have reached for it quite a bit, and that is why this one made the list as well. My number 2, Guy Fawkes Jefe. Number 3, we're going to talk about, surprisingly real quick guys, out of this list, I know it's kind of crazy, I do own some niche fragrances, not a whole lot. I have quite a few designers, but I have quite a few inspiration houses as well. I would say 3 out of the 5 that we're talking about are from inspiration houses. One of them is an original creation. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But this one right here is from a company called Sensual Obsessions, and it is their inspiration of Virgin Island water. I think this one's a bit better than the original. I actually do own the original. I don't wear it much, as you can see. I reach for this one quite a bit. It's a very, very versatile fragrance in my opinion. In regards to the summertime, you can wear it for something formal. I have worn it for something formal. You can wear it for play as well. If you're gonna go to the club, if you're gonna go out to eat, go to the movies, if you're just gonna go out, for the night out. A go-to for me, if you live by the beach, like I do, it sides extremely well with the environment here. But I will say what I like about Sensual Obsessions and why I have reached for this more than the original is because it's got a bit more lime in the opening, and that's something that I absolutely love, because the dilemma that I have with the original, right? Some of you guys can agree with me, some may not agree with, and that's fine. It's extremely heavy with the coconut, and a lot of coconut fragrances and stuff like that. That does kind of lean towards more, in my opinion, the more feminine side of it. So what I think the original is lacking, if I may, say it like that, no disrespect to Creed or anything, but if I would say that in what the original one is lacking, this one picks it up. I think that beautiful citrus, that extra punch of lime, I think it just adds a more, mellow feel, more unisex. And it actually, for me, it sides more with a masculine punch than a feminine feel to it. So that's just me. I reach for it a lot in the summer. There was days that I think the most I went was like 6 or 7 days wearing this fragrance straight. That's why this one made the list. Beautiful fragrance. If you haven't checked Sensual Obsessions out, just so y'all know, all the company's information is going to be in the description below. So if you don't know what these companies are, if you've never heard about them, if you've never watched some of my other videos, you will have a chance, once the video's over, check out the links, go there, check them out, see what you think. Copy some samples, talk to them. They might send you something. If you buy something, they might send you a sample of something else. But talk to them and then go from there. But that's why this one made the list. I love it. Beautiful fragrance. Sensual Obsessions, inspiration of Creed's Virgin Island water. Now, my number 4 is one, it is extremely near and dear to my heart because I have a personal relationship with the owner of the company. He is such an amazing individual. Many people have started to learn who he is. He's come into the light in the fragrance community. He is extremely generous. George Sohara, his fragrance, Sohara Signature Pour Homme. Such an amazing fragrance. The most, from what I've smelled, I haven't smelled all the fragrances in the world, so don't beat me up and say, no, this fragrance has more than this and this. And I don't think you're right. Okay, well, that's your opinion. That's cool. But for me, for my journey, my fragrance journey that I have been going through, right, for some time, this is the best masculine fragrance that also has lavender in it. And this fragrance is just consumed with authenticity. I mean, it's so authentic. I don't have anything else in my collection that smells like this one. It is just such a beautiful accord. I mean, it's amazing. If you guys have not got a sample of this one yet, if you haven't checked this one out, then I would encourage you guys to follow the link in the description. I believe George is still giving the samples away. Get you a sample. I would love for you to check that out. See what you think, but this is very masculine. Definitely, you can dress this one up really well if you're going to a really fancy place where you have to keep your pinky in the air and you're drinking champagne because that's all they serve. This is probably something that you could pull off Monday through Sunday. But I would also say, because I've done this, you could pull this one off going out just to the club or going out just to a generic place, out on a Friday night, on a Saturday night. Such an amazing fragrance. As you see, I got this one mid-year, I think, and I've reached for it quite a bit. I actually held myself back a little bit from using this because it's such an amazing fragrance, and I'm creating so many awesome memories with this one, and I didn't want it to just be like a general wear, like I'm just wearing it normally throughout the day, because this one means so much more to me than that. So I love it, and thank you so much again, George, from the bottom of my heart, you know, for taking the time and dedication to create this fragrance, going back and not settling for anything less than perfection, because not just myself, but everyone that I have seen that has purchased this fragrance in the fragrance community just cannot stop talking about this amazing fragrance. So hats off to you, shout out to you, such an amazing individual, such an amazing fragrance. So that is why it made my list as number 4. Such an amazing fragrance, Sohara Signature Pour Homme. This last one, I got a personal, I've got a personal love for this one. Like I've literally gone through an entire 60 ml bottle and some of this one in 1 year. You know that I am a fan of citrus fragrances. This one is an original creation from Genre Parfums, which is RAMC, which stands for Ran After My Car. If you are a fan of Genre, if you've smelt them, the fragrances that they're putting out, then you already know the quality that you're gonna get. This one, man, it's just amazing. You get some bergamot, you're getting quite a bit of citrus in it. You've also get some little spicy chords with it. It's got some jasmine as well. Man, it's ridiculous in my opinion. I've also done a video on this one, so you can go back and watch after this one. Watch my older videos, see what you think. Watch the full review of it. I absolutely love this one. I will always, unless they stop producing it, I will always keep this in my collection because it's citrus, but it doesn't smell like anything I have in my collection. I've made so many memories with this one. I actually was my scent of the day today, and the person that I was working with was like, oh my God, that smells so good. And I wasn't even like trying to hey, what you think about this? I wasn't. I was just kind of sitting there and it was like, hey, what you got on? It smells really good. And I was like, well, I appreciate it. But, you know, I don't really try to, you know, I don't have to get compliments. But I'm just explaining to you guys, this is legitimate. This fragrance is so good. If you are a part of Genre, their Facebook page, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, I would definitely advise you to link up, because that's how you purchase fragrances, is you got to get on their Facebook page. They don't have a website currently. They're in the process of finishing it. But all the links for everything is going to be in the description below. Last thing real quick about this one, though. This one lasts completely all day. I mean, it's ridiculous. Completely all day. I actually still have it on my skin right now, and I put it on at 6 o'clock, 6:40 this morning. So, I mean, it's 7:30 right now. So, I mean, you tell me. But I'm liking it. I've loved this fragrance for some time. Again, I will continue to buy it as long as they keep producing it. That was my list, though. Number 5, Genre Parfums, Ran After My Car. That is my list. That's what I like. If you haven't heard, I'm assuming you probably haven't heard about some of these companies, because I don't always just do mainstream fragrances. I like to talk about houses that people don't really know about and bring those houses to light. Some people like that content, some don't. I mean, it is what it is. But this is what I try to do on my channel, and I hope it's something that you guys can learn about and something that you can add to your collection that you can enjoy for years to come. But as always, guys, I thank y'all so much. We are getting closer to 1,000 subscribers. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for watching the videos. If you enjoy this type of content, you enjoy lists, you want to see more lists on this channel, please give me a thumbs up. Please drop me a comment below of what you would like to see. I have quite a bit of fragrances lined up that I am kind of getting ready to review. But please drop me a comment, give me a thumbs up if you like this. As always, though, I always have new videos coming out, and I always have new fragrances coming in. So y'all stay safe, be blessed, and please always keep it locked. Peace.